How we doing? So, a couple of apologies first. Sorry I haven't streamed earlier this week. It has been really hot in the UK. And I know... Hello, K-Wolf! I know it's not been that hot compared to other places in the world, but it just hits different in the UK. Our houses are made to keep heat in, not let it out. And nobody has aircon in their houses. So, yeah, and my computer kicks out a lot of heat, and my office is the hottest room in the house. And I just could not work from home all day. And then also streaming in the evenings, I was melting. Also, yes, I played like the first 5-10 minutes of the last Sherlock Holmes game that I've got, and to be honest, I probably could have streamed it, but I did not enjoy the first 5 minutes I played. It's very different to the other Sherlock Holmes games. It was literally just a series of puzzles. There was no moving around, there was no talking to people. It was just, here's another puzzle, and here's another puzzle, and here's another puzzle, and I wasn't enjoying it. So, not streaming that. But we are continuing. Obviously, I've still got my thinking cap on. So, what is it? Stop tapping. That's annoying. Stay there. No, it wasn't. I mean, Lupin at least had wandering around and talking to people. This one was literally just, it was just a load of puzzles strung together, as far as I could see, unless I didn't get into it enough. But I didn't enjoy the 5 minutes of it that I played. So, yeah. But still got my thinking cap on. We are still solving mysteries. I basically know nothing about this game, other than it has got good recommendations on Steam, and Steam said that it would fit in with what I have been playing. So, let's see. Let me know about volumes and stuff. Can I turn the music down a bit? You hope it won't have emotional damage. Okay, it's about a child going missing, as far as I'm aware, so there might be emotional damage. I mean, there was a kid on the swing and now there's no kid on the swing, so I don't know how low we want it. Let me know anyway if I need to change it as we go. It's good. Okay. Let's go. I realised I was a jellyfish. Well, that's not what I was expecting. I mean, if it's about jellyfish, I was going to say there won't be emotional damage, but I mean, Finding Nemo was quite emotional, and that was about fish, so I don't know. I spent the past 70 years simply drifting through life with no heading in particular, blindly stinging everyone I encountered. Can you see it too? The people I tried to embrace, I only ended up hurting. Everywhere I went, I left nothing but ruin. So that's it. That's what I am. A jellyfish floating across the sea. I mean, there are worse things to be. I don't even remember why I once became a police detective. Look over there at that family weeping for their lost child. Have I ever done anything to wipe away their tears? A police station is a crucible of pain and grief. So why did I choose to enter that institution? Why did I think I could somehow offer people solace and hope? Maybe I was simply being selfish. Not selfish! Jellyfish. Maybe I became a detective just so I could belong somewhere. I should stop now. I should stop wandering with nothing but regret on my lips. That's it then. The first good thing I'll ever have done for anyone. Yep. Seems so. Everyone, I'm sorry for everything. I Madam! Hmm? Ms. Okay, I don't know how to pronounce. I think these are Korean names. So I'm going to apologise now for butchering them. I'm going to try, and if anyone knows how to pronounce them, please let me know. But I'm not an expert in Korean. Ms. Jeon Gyeong? Who are you? Remember that little girl? Choi Seo-won? Seo-won? Choi Seo-won? Seo-won? The girl who went missing? That's right, Mum. Is that a bad thing, Gable? Do you know what happened to that girl you brought back? Thanks to you, her family found peace. Do their lives look ruined to you? The doctor says my mind is like an old library without an index. I'm sorry, but I have no idea who you are. I see you're in uniform, so you couldn't be Sia-won's ghost. From the way you bring up my forgotten failure, I can only assume you're here to deliver judgment. Mum, I'm not here to judge you. I only want to tell you about the life you lived. Your Honour, you already know what happened. I never brought Sia-won home. Well, brace yourself then, K-Wolf. The case ended the way her father, Choi Dong-jeon, wanted. She disappeared forever, completely out of her mother's reach. Leave the case unsolved? We can't do that, sir. Thank you, K-Wolf. Like I say, I have no idea about Korean pronunciation. You mean you've already filed a missing persons case? Seo-won's officially registered as a missing person, then? Then, please, that's good enough. Detective, I'm begging you. I mean, I don't know. Please don't look for my daughter anymore. Stop asking where she is. Keep her completely out of her mother's reach. Let her just live life somewhere. Or maybe it's not parental abduction. Maybe the mother was bad for the daughter and the father's glad that the daughter's escaped. I don't know. Just say that she went out to the playground like she always did and vanished. That's all. A perfect crime with no witnesses, no suspects. So please, leave this case unsolved. I'll do anything, please. I beg of you. So that's how you remember it. This was the last case I took before I resigned from the missing persons team. See how relieved I looked after what Choi Dong-jeon said? That man knew. If we wanted to close the case and move on, we needed a good excuse. That my refusal was only customary, a front to cover up my cowardice. Mum. History is that certainty produced at the point where imperfections of memory meet the inadequacies of documentation. What? What do you mean? Yeah, I'm glad you asked that. It means you just don't get it. Can you remember the beginning and the end of the case? Let me help you weave together the threads connecting the start to the finish. I think Seo-won's mother called me to report the girl missing. Yes, I remember now. She said Seo-won disappeared from the playground. Oh. Calm down, Mom. Who am I speaking to again? Detective Jeon... I can't remember how I pronounced it before. Gyeong? Yes? Do you remember me? You came to check on Seo-won the other day. I asked you not to ring the doorbell. Please tell me you remember. Detective, I'm scared. Please, hurry. She's gone. Seo-won is gone. She was just at the playground. When did you last see her at the playground? Exactly 3:33 in the afternoon. That's weird that you know the exact time you last saw her, because why would you remember the exact time you last saw them unless you knew it was going to be the last time you saw them? Detective, she disappeared 3 hours ago. We've looked everywhere a 7-year-old girl could have gone alone. Why are some of these, like, underlined? What do we do now? I'm trying not to panic, but the worst is all that comes to mind. You're turning yourself in? Yes, I would like to surrender to the police. I am responsible. A little girl went missing from the playground, didn't she? 3 days ago? She was with me. I took her away. I'm sorry. It's all my fault. I did it because I needed the money. I'm sorry. What do you mean it's all your responsibility? Detective, the truth is, she's dead. Sayo-1 is dead. She's been dead all this time. I mean, we solved that quick, didn't we? Case closed. Your Honour, that's all I remember about the case. Now I understand why you've come to me here at the final crossroads, why you want me to remember the beginning and the end. You're the gatekeeper of time and space. I'd put it completely out of my mind. Was I trying to forget those memories because I felt guilty? The man who took her turned himself in, but I pretended it never happened. And the girl, she was already dead, but I pretended not to know. I'm sorry. Someone like me doesn't deserve peace. Mom, it's all right. Don't be afraid. I don't care what you want to call me, but you have to know that this isn't the end of the road. You're not bound for hell or purgatory. Now think back. Sayo-1 disappeared from the playground, right? Try to recall everything you can about the location. I can see more fragments now. I see them. But they're so faint, like scars faded with age. No, you're doing great. Once you've brought up the fragments, try connecting them together. Build a chain of recollections. Even a dried out ravine can be a river again when the waters return. Okay. So now we're playing Playground. Okay. It's alright. Again, was there anything unusual about Sayo-1's activities today? No, it was all business as usual. She goes to kindergarten on weekdays, and we go to playgrounds on weekends as a family. We have 2 playgrounds in the condo complex. Normally we alternate between them. I go along sometimes, but one of them isn't wheelchair accessible, so Ji-young has to take the kids on her own. Wait. Recently they've only been going to that one playground. Ji-young said the kids asked to go there, today too. If only they'd gone to the other playground. On the way back, they sometimes drop by the stationery store near the complex entrance. The place is called Apollo. Sayo-1 loves getting candy there. Why is there candy at a stationery store? Did you see any suspicious... Can I not... Oh, I could only click one of those. Okay. Oh dear. I thought I was going to be able to... Okay. I thought I was going to be able to click all of them. That's sad. Oh, okay. I can, maybe. You don't have to answer if you don't want to, but try to think about it, okay? See if you can remember someone you didn't usually see at the playground. I heard you were all together there. Sayon, your mother, and you too. Myongo. Who's that? Yeah. We were all together. Who is that? Is that that's not the dad, is it? No. Huh. Did you see any suspicious individuals when you went to pick Sayo-1? Or anything out of the ordinary? Maybe? It's exactly as my daughter said. Okay, so that's grandmother? I was so sure Sayawan would be at the playground. Oh no. What? Or is that the mum? Yeah, that's the mum. Okay. So, yeah, there's more than one child involved. I assume my daughter took her along. Then my daughter came downstairs and looked at me with her eyes wide, and I thought, oh no. Detective, I think you might be making a mountain out of a molehill. I don't know if my daughter told you, but Sayawan goes alone to places all the time. My daughter worries easily, but mark my words, the girl always wanders back in time for dinner. Please don't worry about it. I'll have a stern word with my daughter. Honestly, I can't believe she's gone and called you. I am very confused. Think back to the testimonies about the playground. Who do you think those people were? I don't know. People? Those testimonies are all from one person. They bloody weren't they? Mum, life is a bit like a jigsaw puzzle, isn't it? This is going to be an interesting game. Ah. So she thought... Yes, she thought that was all the mother. But it's not the mother. Ah, and that was afterwards. Okay. So, the father is in a wheelchair. Your memories are scrambled and misaligned, but each fragment, each moment connects with another. Look at the connections closely and you'll figure out where the pieces belong. Who said these things and in what order? And then what? What does that change? Who knows? Maybe if you connect enough pieces, you might discover a key. A key that unlocks the face of the person putting the puzzle back together. But that's my face! Right, okay, so this is what the game is. So we can't trust that anything here is like what it actually is. So that must be... Maybe that's the daughter? It's exactly as my daughter said. I was so sure she would be at the playground. So it was the... I shouldn't try and piece together too much before knowing what I'm doing. Okay. So we've got Heijong. We've got Apollo Stationery. Ah, yeah. It was a brother. Okay, so that's the brother. I don't know who that is. I guess that's the sister. So this must have been the sister. I don't know who that is. That could have been the sister. But I guess it could have been anyone who'd been looking for her. No idea who that was. No idea who that was. And that might not have been the dad. Although, we said sir. Okay. Let's just find some more info. Tell me anything about Sayawan's life at kindergarten. I've already explained everything to the other officers on the phone, Detective. Is she still missing? How could someone take her away in broad daylight in the middle of a condo complex? I heard her mother and brother were with her. They didn't see anything? I don't know if this will help, but, well, you asked me to tell you anything, so I guess I will. Seowon is always optimistic and cheerful. She started at Eden last year, and I was surprised that she never shied away from any of us teachers. First, I just took her for a friendly child. Then I realised that her brother came to pick her up instead of her mother, but she never asked where her mother was. No, not that that's a problem, not at all. I mean, why would she ask where her mother was if the arrangement was that her brother picks her up? But, well, how should I put this? I suppose I've never seen her cry, get angry, or even frown. So I always feel like I want to keep a close eye on her, make sure she's okay. She's going to need a lot of attention and guidance. She's so cheerful and bright, but in a strangely fragile way. Oh, like she's forced to be cheerful and bright, like she's not allowed to be sad. Does that make sense? It does. So that must be the teacher, so I guess that's that? This is gonna turn into a massively complicated web, isn't it? I don't know whether it's better to like follow one statement through, so like now click on stuff that's in here, or whether it's better to do everything in one thing first. I don't know what a sensible order is. Like, I got that from here, so should I keep clicking what's in here? I honestly don't know. We've received your testimony that Seowon is a regular at your stationery store. So this is talking to the stationery store owner. Did anyone from her family drop in today, or Seowon herself on her own? Today? No, not Seowon and not her brother either. May I ask what the police want with them? You're not the first to come looking for her today. Is this about Myongo's mother? Thing is, Myongo's only been coming in with Seowon these days. He used to come in with his mother all the time when he was younger, but I haven't seen her in quite a while. Is she doing alright? Okay. Oh, we got a key! Okay. So that's you. I like that we've crossed out unhealthy. So we've crossed out that name there. We've got it there. Yeah, okay. This is reminding me of Type Help a little bit. Okay, so what? We've received testimony that directly contradicts your claim. Ah, I have to open... Okay, so I have to receive testimony that contradicts the claim. Can you tell me now what happened when you last saw Seowon? We always used to buy Seowon candy from the stationery store on the way home. But we didn't buy her candy recently because Auntie doesn't come out with us anymore. I told Seowon to stay where she was and went to the stationery store. I ran right over. The stationery store is just up the steps over the fence. It's really quick, I swear. I was only there for a bit and then I ran back. But she wasn't there. I called her name, like, Seowon. But she didn't come. Only Auntie did. I started crying and Auntie said I shouldn't tell anyone she wasn't with us. She told me not to say anything at all. Just like that monkey we saw at the temple. Okay, that's weird. I guess that must be the brother. Yes. Okay, but I can't do anything with that? Okay, so we've crossed out everything there. No, I guess I have to click on things with these tags for that. Oh, why did you turn yourself in? Okay. But we don't know that that's him. Goes alone? Yeah, has she ever wandered off alone before? Is that really possible? Detective, I think it might be my fault she's gone. What's this? I was in the hospital for a long time after I had Sail 1. Okay, so this is her mother. I couldn't care for her because I was bedridden. But since we both spent so much time looking up at the hospital ceiling... Oh, it's hospital ceiling. Yes, it's IV bags. I thought I might be able to understand her better. Now, though, I'm not so sure. Do you think she resents me? Is that why she won't call me Mom? Is that why she's always so hard to find? I have to scour all the playgrounds to find her. Okay, so that is definitely the mum. I also don't know, is it better to try and sort things out as I go? Or is it better to just get all the information and then sort it out? I don't know what the best way to approach this is. Stay on the line. I'm on my way. Could you tell me what happened? I got a call from my mother. Sayer One's grandmother. She said, I'm at the store outside the condo complex and security called saying the fire alarm was going off in the house. A security guard went over to my mother's house to check, but he couldn't open the door, so she asked me to go in and open it for her. I chewed her out. She knew I couldn't bring Sayer One somewhere so dangerous. I told her to go herself. But she was so stubborn. Mum said she could get to the playground and pick up Sayer One faster than she could get home, and I should rush over to her house and make sure everything was fine at her place, that she would be there soon. She said that made the most sense. She was going to wait for me with Sayer One outside the building. I went to Mum's house and the security guard was there. I opened the door for him and the place was filled with smoke. I don't know what she was cooking on the stove, but the pot was burnt black. The guard turned off the stove and opened the windows. But all I could think of was Sayer One, how glad that I didn't bring her to such a dangerous place and that the fire didn't get any worse. I ran back to the elevator. It was only a few minutes, I swear. I found Mum waiting for me outside the building just like she promised. When I asked her where Sayer One was, she said, I thought you took her with you. Detective, are you here yet? Okay, so that sounds like... No, wait. Okay, so maybe this is the grandma. It was the grandma who went to pick up Sayer One, right? And this is the mum. The grandmother is downplaying it all. But I don't know why. So that could be the mother. Yeah, I can't believe she's gone and called you. So maybe that is the mother. Maybe. Okay. 3 hours ago? Oh, we can have this conversation now. We've received testimony that directly contradicts your claim. Ah, you're back, which means you're still searching, I take it. I tried to think of anyone suspicious I might have seen in the area, but nothing. But the truth is, well, yes, my Ungo was here. I'm sorry for lying to you, I didn't think it was important. If you didn't think it was important, why did you lie? Like, you don't lie to the police if it's not important. You might as well tell the truth if it's not important. I didn't want you to think badly of my Ungo. He's a good boy at heart. I'm very sorry, I truly am. I should have told you up front. What time did he come to the store again? A little after 3:30, I believe. Well, nothing was out of the ordinary. He looked like he was in a rush, and when I asked, he only said he had to go back quick. He went straight to the candy shelf, picked out a bag, so I assumed it was for sale one. It's her favourite brand. You know the pink candy that's so big your cheek puffs up like a squirrel? I told you before, my Ungo was very mature for his years. But that day, I saw him squatting in front of the greeting card shelf for a long time with the candy still in hand. Eventually, he came up to the counter and paid for the candy, but he wouldn't look me in the eye. I thought it was strange, so I went over to check the shelf. And, well, one of the cards was gone. I was disappointed in the boy, of course, made up my mind to give him a stern talking to. But at the same time, well, I felt sorry for him. I can only imagine what went through his mind when he was squatting there in front of the shelf. What was the card? Because that's important, right? I would have thought. I don't want to miss any underlined bits. Like if it was a sympathy card or a birthday card, those are two very different conclusions. Or like if it says happy birthday mum or happy birthday sister, those are two very different conclusions. I don't know. Does anyone have any favourite places near the playground, somewhere she might have wandered off to on her own? Wandered off? She didn't stroll away somewhere, she's been kidnapped. All possibilities on the table, as if. So this is the dad. Get off your chairs and do something. We're running out of time here. Mobilise the force, get those cruisers on the streets, anything. Tick-tock detective, who knows what they're doing to her? And you're sitting here asking where she's gone on her own? Damn it. Damn it. I'm sorry, detective. I know you're doing everything you can. So maybe it wasn't the dad that said, don't file a missing persons case. Because is that the dad? I'm getting very confused. Is there a special meaning to say one's name? Say one was born at 23 weeks. She weighed less than 700 grams. Her mother had just come out of the C-section and was about to be transferred to the ICU with the baby, but the nurse called for me. So this isn't the mother talking. It was only for a few seconds, but she let me see Sayawan. Sayawan reminded me of Thumbelina, a fragile, precious little princess nestled in a bright red flower. She was so light I could barely feel her in my arms. I was scared she might float away if I so much as breathed in her direction. The nurse told me to have a look, but I didn't know how. I could barely see through my tears. I couldn't even get a proper look at my precious baby girl. And then, the first thing I did after that confusing meeting, I registered her birth. I sprinted straight from the hospital to the City Hall registration desk. I didn't stop to catch my breath. Then I wrote down her name, Sayo, 1. That's Sayo for rhinoceros, and 1 for origin. It's an unusual name, I know. At the time I was thinking of the old saying about marching forward like the lone horn of the rhino. I thought of that strength. Wait, so the mother was still recovering from the C-section and you ran and registered the baby's name as Rhino Origin. I would be annoyed if someone did that to my baby. mean, Sailor sounds like quite a cute name. But Rhino Origin! I put all my weight into each stroke of the pen, every last one, hoping that fragile piece of paper might help her somehow. That it might help root her to life, like a powerful anchor that kept her moored to us. So I guess that's the dad, but he can't have been in a wheelchair back then. What, wait? I guess, because if she was born at 23 weeks, that's really premature, isn't it? So I guess he wanted her to, like, stay around. It says root her to life, not bring her to life. So, like, helping to keep her here because she was so fragile, I would guess. Kind of makes sense. Do you really think Mr. Kim Gangseok is the culprit? Interesting. Okay. We've got more playground stuff. No, they're all locked. Oh, here we go. Did you happen to see this boy when you went to the playgrounds to find Sailor? You know that playground near the stationery store, right? I saw that boy a few days ago. He went from the playground straight to the store. I remember wondering why Sailor was sticking so close to that boy. Why'd you ask, Detective? Does that boy have something to do with the case? So that's not the dad. Why are some of them, like, wobbly? Because that one's not wobbly. But that one's wobbly. Silence is a heavy burden for a 5th grader, but Miyongo refused to give in. I guess it's because it's got a lock. Hello, Vivi? Is that how I say your name? I'm good, thank you. How are you? Oh, okay, so maybe the wobbly ones are stuff where there's new things. You are a Frosty sibling from the raid train. That's how I know you. In which case... you get a Frosty shout-out for being a Frosty sibling. Vivi's stream is a delightful buffet of gaming goodness, from cozy vibes in Dreamlight Valley to monster massaging in Monster Hunter World. They're serving up a variety platter. Phasmophobia, ghost hunting, and party animals brawling? Yes, please. The chill streamer keeps it fresh with daily snacks and voice changes. Go fish with Vivi! Ah, yeah, well, these used to be Sherlock Sundays, hence the Deerstalker. But I've run out of Sherlock games, so we're now on just, you know, detecting Sundays. And we're all very confused. So, all help appreciated. Right, where were we? Doorbell. Hello, madam. Senior Inspector Jaeon Gyeong from Hwamyong Police Station. You would be Saewon's mother, correct? I'm just here to see Saewon, if that's alright. Oh my gosh. It is good so far. It's very confusing. There's a lot of information, and it's all weaving a tangled web, and I've got no idea what's going on. But yeah, it's really good. Also, I don't mind if you disappear or lurk if you don't want spoilers for it because you want to play it yourself. That's fine, obviously. Oh my gosh, you scared me, detective. I was expecting the delivery man. Could you please knock instead of ringing the doorbell next time? My daughter's taking a nap. She dozed off in front of the TV while I was washing the rice. I just tucked her in. Come inside. Fast asleep, see? Oh, I suppose you can't really tell under the blanket. Oh, hello. Ah. So is she not there? Yeah. Chicken Police. I haven't played Chicken Police. She must be tired, poor thing. Sayon and I were out and about all day yesterday. She slept in this morning too. I swear, kids grew up so fast. She's gotten so much taller that barely anything fits anymore. I had to do all her shopping at once. First day of school is only a month away and there's so much to buy. Oh, I hope she wakes up soon so we can eat and get her uniform fitted. I'm sorry, detective. You might have to wait a while before she wakes up. So, what brings you here? That's interesting. That came first. Thank you so much for the sub. Thank you, Vivi. Much appreciated. Welcome into the crazy gang. Chose chaos indeed. Hey, thank you. It's yeah. When in doubt, choose chaos. Yeah, so did we ever actually see the kid? Or was she just under a blanket the whole time? Thank you for the lurk, Vivi. Oh my word. Who are you on the phone with on the afternoon of February the 3rd? Well, our office isn't exactly well staffed, so I'm the one doing most of the phone duties. Hi, Jiong, on the afternoon of the 3rd? Employees complain if we check in too often, so we don't usually do that, and there's not much to call about in the afternoon. Wait a second. I see, I did call, but it wasn't for anything special. There's going to be, what was it now, a Best Caregiver Award ceremony in a few days. So we asked if she could make it, but like we have more than 100 caregivers working with us, but no one wanted to show. I think that was the gist of the call. I kind of regretted calling her. I mean, she's not the type to do that kind of company spirit events. You've talked to her, right? Can't even have a nice long chat. She's always cutting calls short, something about being too busy with the kids. Has she even come into the office recently? So what's all this about? I mean, as long as she's doing her job, right? But a police visit? Really? She's not exactly a slacker. What's going on here? Ah. I don't know who this is. It's annoying that I haven't got like a I don't know column to put things in. Where did that go? Here. Ah, so that's not a sister. That's the employee. So maybe I put that Where's it gone? Here. Maybe I'll put that under her for now, because it's about them. But I don't think it was her. Let's get more info. Let's just get more info. Ah, this one we know who it is. Thank you for telling me, Miongo. I heard you in 5th grade at elementary school. With your height, I bet the girls won't leave you alone. You're very tall for your age. Is that because you take after your mum? I take after her? Really? Am I really like her? I can't tell if they seem happy or sad that they're like her. You didn't like it. I mean, I think it depends on the tone of voice. It could have been like, really? You think I'm like her? Or it could be, really? You think I'm like her? Like, I don't know. You received the notice from the school board, correct? It says in our files that she didn't attend pre-entrance day. I'm just here to check in and make sure everything's alright. The world's a dangerous place these days. I've been told City Hall personnel have spoken with Saywon's grandmother already, but I just wanted to be sure. Is Saywon alright? Of course she is, Detective. You must have your hands full, checking up on every absence in the district. You'll see when she wakes up. Saywon's as healthy as a horse now. She'll have no trouble going... Healthy as a horse now. She'll have no trouble going to school. Oh, all that time in the hospital was so tough on her, but she's grown up so strong, I'm proud of her. Saywon's been no end of trouble since I was pregnant with her. I think she takes after her father. She was born premature. The doctor scared us every time we went in for a checkup about how one thing could go wrong and then something else and so on. I don't remember how many waivers and consent forms I had to sign. But I always knew she'd be alright. How those little hands were going to get bigger and stronger one day. No need to worry. I'm taking very good care of her. Saywon's father and I are no longer together, but my mother and I are doing her best to give her everything she needs, and I'll make sure she comes to the first day of school. Thank you for checking in. I think the rice is ready. Would you like to join us for food, Detective? Okay, so this is the mother talking. And this was just after... Can I can't drag them, that's annoying. Oh? Oh! Okay, so we've got those two linked together in the right order. That's nice. And that one. Okay, good, good, good. So this is getting somewhere. It's nice that it does that when they're correct. So that we know. Right. So we've got all this. So the detective went round to check because the kid didn't go to the pre-first day of school, the pre-entrance day thing. And then she was asleep under a blanket. That I don't think is the mum. Maybe? Those don't link together yet. I want to know this one. How do you remember the time so precisely? How can we get that? We need time or phone call. I haven't got a time or a phone call. Okay. Not one that's wiggly anyway. What else have we got that's wiggly? I guess I can... cry. Let's do this one. When did Sayawan's mother leave you? We've been divorced for about 5 or 6 years. I'm a monster, aren't I? Abandoning my wife when she needed me most. But at the time I thought it was all for the best. We'd reached our limit, that we'd only hurt each other if we kept on living like this. That's what I told myself. When our eyes met, I would face the emptiness inside, and it was excruciating, because I knew that void could never be filled. If only we could have cried it out together and kept each other going. But we struggled to help each other. We were making no progress at all. And one day we realised that it hurt more to deal with our pain together than alone. So we chose to go our separate ways. That was our decision. To run from our wounds instead of confronting them. To let the blade drop on the guillotine. So that is the dad. Explain to me how you took Sayawan. I was a junior high school English teacher all my career, ever since I finished teacher's college and military service. Okay, so this is the teacher. After the divorce... Oh, maybe it's not. I don't know. After the divorce, I quit my job at the school and started tutoring and doing cram school gigs. And well, my income isn't particularly stable. I needed the money, I'm sorry. I went to the playground intending to kidnap any child who seemed to be alone. I was there for more than 30 minutes and saw a little girl playing by herself for a long time, so I lied to her. For a long time. But once I brought her with me, I got scared. I didn't know how I would even ask her parents for a ransom. That's how it was. I was afraid and decided to stop, nothing more. So, yeah, maybe that's the ex-English teacher. So maybe that's not the ex-English teacher, because he didn't know her. That's someone else. Right, it is time for an ad break. I will see you in a couple of minutes.
And have faith that she will guide me.
What are these lights? Are they anything that I can do?
Another bowl bearing the stains of an ancient blood offering.
Dudes, Tiggy's up there. Euclids.
Another trial to judge the mettle
Euclids.
of Lady Shah's initiates. This one would test their ability to navigate her sacred darkness.
Euclids. Hey! Poor Tiggy.
We got a snake in the bush here.
Why can't I find any stairs? Yeah, we're all screaming and running this way. Yeah, we're screaming and running all together. Ah! 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 Scream and run, ah! maniac in the house, guys. Go get him.
Down here in the basement with this guy.
Is that funny?
You know?
Such UK off of you and Lilith, so. Alright, pick a direction! Yay! So yeah, just spam right click. Guys, I got some bad news. Suzaki's dead. No! No!
What just
well,
happened?
well, Suzaki,
No!
that was a turret. Turrets shoot you. I hope you've learned a lesson.
How do I deadeye? Not like that. Oh yes, like that. Not like that though, eh? What's the next line? You're a delicious... You're a... Right, where were we? I want to know more about the caregiver stuff. Oh, I can't. Because it's all locked. Okay. Lying. Aha. He claims to be the culprit behind the disappearance. Seowon's father has surrendered himself to us. No, detective, you can't. Don't believe a word of what he says. I'll be at the station immediately. Everything he says is a lie. It was me. I made him do it. It's all my fault. I'll be right there, detective. Don't you listen to anything he tells you. It's all my responsibility. What? And that was the Gran? So it's the father that surrendered? What? But he didn't seem to know. I'm very confused. Glad it's not just me. Where was that there? How does Myungo feel? It must have been a big change for him. Your station searched the park in the neighbourhood, right, detective? The one with the pond? The weeping willow trees by the water. They're lonely to look at. I took a stroll there last year with Myungo and Haijeong, and the trees reminded me of Myungo. He looks like he's at the mercy of the world sometimes, but the truth is he's the most unyielding boy you'll meet. For children and adults too, I suppose. A death in the family is apparently like experiencing your universe collapse. Rebuilding from those ruins was a time-consuming journey, but I think Myungo's managed quite well in his own right. I don't know if you noticed, but there's something he always carries around, and never leaves home without it. Are you not going to tell me what it is? Oh, so the ones that are flashing I can do. Reason to suspect the mother. See, now you remember. Someone turned himself in. But you're still suspicious of Seowon's mother. Are you misremembering something? No, that's not it. My memories are hazy and out of order, but those were the exact conversations. Seowon's father clearly said, keep her completely out of her mother's reach. That's why he wanted to keep the case unsolved. And there was more testimony. Alright then. Let's start by looking for reasons to suspect Seowan's mother. Your doubts about her will unveil more of your clouded memories. Because it's absolutely true that Seowan's mother is the reason the girl went missing. Okay. So... No? 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 I feel like all this is suspicious. Okay, keep her completely out of her mother's reach. It's good. Ah. Has anyone else said something? No? What Mayungo carries around. I can't find anything. Ah, it's in one of these. Okay. His umbrella! He carries around the umbrella. Okay. Is there anything else we can unlock? Myonga's testimony shows he has mixed feelings on Haijiang. Who's Haijiang? The mum is Haijiang. Did we know that? No, we don't know that. What did he steal? I mean, he stole a card. What is the correct date? The day she disappeared. Hi, Deathclaw! So, did she disappear on this day? Or did she disappear on this day? Is it the same day? No, it's not. It was the day before. She went missing. She was already missing by this point. She didn't go missing when people thought she went missing. She went missing. She was already missing. She wasn't asleep in front of the TV. She was already missing then. She went missing the day before. Which is why she didn't go to the first day of school thing. The pre-entrance day. So everybody's talking bollocks. Right. What else have we got that we can click on? City Hall, you said? That's right, Chief. How are you? I'm from the Hwamyong City Hall Administrative Office. It's that time of year. 4 kids slated to start school this year in your district didn't show up to pre-entrance day. I'm just calling for your cooperation. We spoke with all their families over the phone. They said they're on vacations overseas or busy with other things, that sort of thing. I mean, elementary school classes haven't even started yet, so I'm going to report that everything looks fine. But we do have to make sure the paperwork is all there. We're working on the police assistance request forms right now. They say local police stations dispatched personnel to all the attendees' households for welfare checkups at the school board's request. Better than that, Chief, it's like a free bonus, and our compensation for external personnel requisition is pretty solid if you ask me. Once you get the forms, send us your personnel roster with their direct deposit information attached and we'll take care of things on this end. Okay, so that is definitely not the mother. That's some random administrative officer. That's what we want. How do you remember the time so precisely? So it's not when they're shaky that I can click on them. My phone call's history. I never leave the children alone when we're out together. But then I got a phone call. I don't usually get calls in the afternoon. I think I panicked. First thing that came to mind was that I had to pick up somewhere quiet so I could hear. So I ducked into the condo hallway. The call history is 5 minutes long, but she disappeared in less than that. I know because I looked up partway through the conversation and she was already gone. Okay, so someone who was with the kids. Who said the 3:33? We don't know. Who said that? Surrender's wobbly. I see your mother has contacted you. It's exactly as you heard. Will you be coming to the police station together? That man was never one for prayer. No matter how deep you dug, he said the spade would never know the smell of the earth. He refused to pray even once as our baby lay sick in the hospital. That's why he doesn't understand. That prayer is the reason we've been so blessed. All he ever did was get angry that he couldn't change anything with his own abilities. You said he turned himself in? If he really did take her, maybe it was because he couldn't afford child support payments. He's been complaining since last summer about how he was having a hard time keeping up with the payment schedule. I told him this was a critical time in Sayawan's life, that we had to get his act together. We may be divorced, but he's still her father, even now. I suppose he's still trying to change things himself without even trying to pray. So that is the mum. Yeah. Have you contacted Sayawan's father? I keep calling him, but he won't pick up. It's not out of the ordinary. We only meet for her birthdays. This is an emergency. His own daughter is missing. Detective, I was texting him on that day you came from the police station. Sayawan's always such a quiet girl, but she was chattering about how much happier she'd be if her father was here too. So I asked him if he'd come by and say hello. But he's heartless, that man. Is he really? Is he really? Is he? Choi Donjun. Date of birth September 15th, 1972, male. Spouse Seo Won-young, deceased. Child Choi Myongo. Choi Seo-won. Okay, what does that mean? We don't know the mum's name, do we? Is that not Seo-won's mother? Because this says... I'm even more confused now. Because she's... So, Seo-won's mum was talking about how she gave birth to her and stuff. But according to that, Seo-won's mother's dead. Please don't lie to me, my youngo. Didn't you say that Auntie was telling the truth? Who's Auntie? Auntie told me that lying's not about what's good, but what's necessary. She said lying wasn't always a bad thing, but bad lies are really bad. Mum said she'd watch over me from heaven. She said she'd watch over us even after she died. Okay. But that was a lie, right? There's no such thing as heaven. But Seo-won doesn't know that. She's so stupid. Mum was lying. But does that mean that Mum was a bad person? So... the mother isn't the mother. What if I told you there's no need for lying now? What if your lie is the bad kind? The kind that's only going to hurt Auntie and Seo-won? Why is not saying anything a lie? If I tell you, if I say what really happened, then Auntie sounds like the bad guy. But she's a good person. It's my fault, not Auntie's. It's all my fault. It's not your fault. Okay. But we can't do that yet. But there was one over here that we could do. Why did the English teacher need the funds? Is it the child support thing? Is the dad the English teacher? Are they the same person? Is that a thing? But then why... I'm so confused. Seowon's mother's birthday. Oh, we know that. That was... Christmas Day. Whoops. Okay. We need some more blue underline things. Candy. We can't unlock that yet. Silence and playground and silence and promise. Surrendered? No, but we can't do those yet. Phone? What was this one? We received a testimony that you spoke on the phone with a City Hall employee and told them Seowon couldn't attend pre-entrance day for personal reasons. Do you live with your daughter? The pre-entrance day? What was it my daughter said now? A slight cold, I think, yes. I remember now. I knew it was pre-entrance day, so I asked my daughter later how it went. I don't live with her, of course, but I'm in the area and drop in from time to time. It's just, I don't want to leave her alone for too long, spending all her time wallowing in misery. I do remember that I was visiting a few days ago when that City Hall employee called. He asked me the same thing you did, Detective. So I think I said she was doing well, that I was taking perfect care of my granddaughter. Detective, this is ridiculous. It was just one missed pre-entrance day at school. What are you interrogating me for? So that's the Gran. Where is Seowon now? She's with her family. I made sure she had something to eat for dinner before I dropped her off. Once I brought her to the playground, where I first found her, she knew exactly how to get home. I rang the doorbell and stood at the entrance waiting for her parents. It was only a few seconds, but in that short time, I wondered again and again if I should just leave the girl there and run. Detective, I was being stupid. I was stupid to kidnap her, and I'm still being foolish now, having the nerve to feel guilty about it all. The girl's father. He pulled the girl tight into his arms and wept. I knelt in front of him to apologise, but he bowed so low I thought he'd fall. And he thanked me. He thanked me for bringing her home safe. What I did was indefensible. I will accept my punishment. I know it won't make up for the suffering I caused their family, but I will live out the rest of my life in sincere contrition. So, you didn't kidnap Seowon? So this isn't him, but I don't know who it is. That's not him. Okay, so... that is English teacher. Cool. So I feel like that's... Because he can't have kidnapped Seoan anyway, because she wasn't kidnapped from the playground. We know that. She went missing way before. Like 3 days before. Promised? Have I already clicked on that one? No, I haven't. I like the ones with the name in them. Oh, sorry, I've been missing chat. What's this game like? Text-based detective or something? It is... We're trying to piece together memories of what happened. It's reminding me of Type Help quite a bit. We're getting like fragments of memories and we have to put them into who said them and when they said them. It's okay if you don't want to talk, Myungo. I don't mind waiting. But Myungo, could you promise me that once you're ready, you'll talk to me? Was your son still there? I was under the impression that both children were at the playground. My uncle said he was with Seowan the whole time, but that he had no idea where she'd gone, so I scolded him. You're not making any sense. I was so desperate that I was too harsh with him. Even though it's my fault Seowan's disappeared, I failed them both. Please don't ask my uncle for information. He won't tell you anything. So this is either the mum or the dad. I'm going to put it under the dad. Oh, there's one we couldn't unlock. Confirmation that she's alive? I mean, we had here. But I don't think that's Seowan. I am so confused by everything that's happening. Ah! Eden Kindergarten, right, so that is you. I got a key? Does that mean I can unlock any one of these? Ooh. Okay, that didn't help, like, at all. Oh yes, it did. This isn't your fault, as much as it isn't my Youngo's fault. I almost forgot to congratulate you. Happy birthday, Mrs. Shin. Today is your birthday, correct? I know this may not be the best time, but I think you should know. I paid a visit to the stationery store my Youngo goes to for Seowan's candy, and I spotted this. Apparently Myungo picked up Seowan's usual candy and a birthday card. The owner said he took a long time trying to decide which to get. I wondered why he'd get a birthday card of all things, but now I understand. Thank you. I always thought Myungo hated me. I wasn't trying to take his mother's place, but I assumed that's what he thought. Yeah, stepmom. How could I be so stupid? I should have known better, knowing how badly he'd been hurt. Detective? What happens to Seowan's mother now? Oh no, not what? So is she like a... social worker? There's no one here somewhere that pinged. Is Sayone alright? She says she had a great time at Auntie's house, and that when she said she missed me, she was brought straight back home. I'm sorry I didn't contact you sooner. I knew you were out there searching, but I was too caught up in the moment. I didn't ask any questions. All I knew was that my daughter was gone for 3 days, but now she's back. And I know this sounds strange, but all I could say was thank you over and over again. I could bow 100 times over and it wouldn't be enough. Sayone's back completely unharmed, and that's good enough for me. Detective, Sayone is... Well, she's been hurt in the past, and I can only blame myself for adding yet another wound to her young heart. Tell me, did that man surrender to the police? Okay, so... She was at her auntie's house. And the ex-English teacher kidnapped her, but then took her to her dad's house. That must be the mother, I think, or the gran, saying, please don't ask him for information, because it was all a lie, wasn't it? So that's why he said, don't solve the case. Because he doesn't want the mother to know that he's got her? Maybe? I'm just really confused. Because that's not her mum, right? When was the last time you saw Sayone's father? Do you call him often? What's that man got to do with Sayone going missing? We cut off all contact years ago. The nerve of him walking out after what happened to the girl. Detective, what I mean is... Sayone was always sickly, but that man divorced my daughter, leaving her to care for the poor baby alone. Yeah, I'm just really confused about who she is. But, well, he's not the sort of man who'd take her away from under her mother's nose. Please, it's nothing serious, detective, really. Okay, so that's the gran. But, like, we've got social services involved here. And it says that she's an employee and a caregiver. But then she's talking about that the grandma is her mum. I just... Okay, but we can't do that yet. What other words have we got that I can click on? Surrendered. That, but I can't unlock it yet. School? Aha. You seem to know Sayone's family well. My Ungo's family, well, I've seen them since the children were little. Must have been, say, 3 or 4 years now. When they first moved in, I was sure my Ungo was close to finishing elementary school. He's tall for his age, and he's very quiet, that one. His mother was picking out supplies for younger kids, so I showed her to the shelves the older children might like. She laughed and said, he gets that a lot. My Ungo is mature beyond his years, and I don't mean his looks. It's normal for kids his age to only be thinking of themselves, but he's always hanging back and letting his sister spend all his pocket money. So this is the... that guy. I don't know what order these go in. Oh, there we go. That's what order these go in. Okay. So we were interviewing him on the 3rd. And then we interviewed him on the 5th. Okay. Divorced? No. What have we got? What can I do? This one. No. Aha. We want death and hospital. Hospital. I'm starting to work out how this works. How old was Seo-won when Mrs. Shin Hae-jeong first came to take care of her? I first met Hae-jeong when Seo-won was 4. That was a few years ago. When my wife died of illness, I was despondent. Didn't know how I'd raise the kids. Hae-jeong was there to support us. They're called caregivers instead of nannies these days, aren't they? Hae-jeong is my children's caregiver. She's been coming in to look after the kids ever since my wife was hospitalised. She befriended them instantly. I don't know how we could have coped without her. Seo-won even calls her mum and treats her like one too. I could never thank her enough. But now I'm starting to think I relied on Hae-jeong too much. I mean, she's not exactly family, is she? Interesting. Okay, so Hae-jeong is the nanny. Right. I don't know what that means. I guess that... I don't know what it means. Where was it? Where was it? Where was it? Here. Okay. We hereby certify that the above caregiver has been assigned to the above client since July 1st, 2009. Okay. But, like, so what? So where was the one talking about So that's you were called by you. February the 4th. That was the day after she went missing, right? Okay, so the stuff about the phone call. So is all this her? It's not the mother? No, I can't change it. But that's got to be the caregiver. Because she got the phone call. Hai Jung's birthday. We found that. No, where is it? February the 6th. Oh, can do that one now. I don't know. Do you really suspect him, Detective? Even if he were in financial trouble, I don't think he would stoop that low. Instead, he'd... Detective, I'm not trying to defend Gang Seok. I'm only telling you what I saw. There was a woman skulking around the playground, always hanging back. I thought she was suspicious because I kept running into her when I went around looking for Seowon. She was in her 30s or early 40s, a little on the tall side, maybe around 10 centimetres taller than me. She was always looking at the playground from afar, always behind a wall, behind a flower bed. You wouldn't see her unless you were really looking, but she could probably keep an eye on the kids at the playground if she really craned her neck. I saw her there, standing on her toes, trying to look over the wall. By the way, Detective, what was the name of that girl Gang Seok confessed to taking? This was my conversation with Seowon's mother, right? Probably. I don't understand. She acts as if she knows the man who turned himself in. Asks about her kidnapped daughter as if she's a stranger. It's frightening. Was she having a dissociative episode? Mum, do you remember the things that made you stand on your toes? What does that have to do with anything? In my case, I only really stood on my toes for one reason. Affection. To keep my eyes on something or someone that I really cared about. Mum, you were on the force for nearly 30 years. This is the only case you left unsolved. Remember how you closed that file and placed it on the cabinet? Were you standing on your toes? I feel like that's the caregiver as well. So the mother isn't dead? Is that the thing? Oh, there's one up here. Yeah, maybe? Hide Young's location when Seowon vanished. Playground. I know you weren't at the playground. I understand you didn't want to cause Myungo any more guilt, but you should have known better. How did you know? I told him he didn't need to say anything. He knows he doesn't have to tell you. It wasn't his fault Seowon is missing. It wasn't your fault, Myungo. I should have been watching you, even if you didn't want me close by. That's what I told him. I made sure he knew that I was the one who lost Seowon, not him. Okay. Silence is a heavy burden for a 5th grader, but Myungo refused to give in. So I investigated everyone I could. Residents, passerby, local businesses, everyone. There's a little indent in the wall behind the flower beds. You can see the playground from there, but not the other way around, at least for the children playing there. That's where you were hiding, wasn't it? To watch over them from afar. When I went to the playground, I would hear the other mothers gossip about me and the children. Myungo would have heard it too. I understand why people would get the wrong idea. Seowon calls me mommy. So it didn't hurt if Myungo hated me. I could only imagine that how he felt whenever his sister called me that. A few weeks ago, Myungo told me to stay away from him, so I just wandered around for what seemed like forever and found that spot. Myungo, I know you must hate the fact that I exist, but I may not be his mother, but still. I promised Won Young that I would take care of them both, and now look what's happened. I only looked away for a second. I only took a second to rest because I've been standing on my toes the whole time. Okay. Nice. We've got another key. So that is all linked together now. I guess we get a key when we finish a person. Right. Well, I didn't report this to the authorities. It's not your fault. I kind of want to do this one. I don't know why, but if it's locked, it must be important. Right. Number of absentees 4. List of absentees. Seo Hojun, Kim Byom, Hwang Inchul, Kim Seowon. But her name wasn't Kim, was it? It was Choi. You were just a different Seowon. So confused. Surely Origin of the Rhino isn't a common name for kids. Time, that's one. The umbrella, you mean? That's right. Whether he's going to school or some outing, he's always got an umbrella in hand. It's been that way since my wife passed. There was something she always told the kids when she was in the hospital. She promised that she'd go to heaven and watch over them from above. Myungo didn't say anything. All he did was sit in the distance and sigh, as I recall. I think he wanted to tell her there was no such thing as heaven, that if she wanted to watch over him, she should do it from Earth. It wasn't long before she passed. I only noticed after some time that Myungo always took an umbrella with him when he left the house. Then I remembered the exact promise his mother made. I mean it, Myungo. How about this then? Since I won't be able to pick you up from school on rainy days, I'll ask God to stop the rain if you ever forget your umbrella. Okay, that's weird. So where was it that he said something about... See, that's not the dad. I know that's not the dad. But he definitely said something about carrying something with him. And maybe that's not the dad. Maybe that's the teacher. Lost the teacher now, here. Maybe it's not. That might be the teacher. Or maybe not, I don't know. Right, what... We've basically only got this one... Huh. Yeah, but we don't have what we need. Must be something somewhere that's important that I haven't clicked on. Or maybe I just need to order them properly and get the keys. Maybe this comes before the thing saying, yep. Yep. Okay. Huh? Yes, we've got a key! This one. Where's it gone? I want crying, time, and name. Oh, there was a name over here, wasn't there? Name. Why didn't you report this to any of the authorities? She was with us exactly 108 days. Oh. This is his Sayer 1. That's the time Sayer 1 lived and breathed with us. If only I could have held her at least once, kissed those little cheeks. Or at least if only I'd been able to hear her cry, then maybe I would have been able to accept it. Sayer 1's mother still had milk for a baby who was gone. The crib was still so warm and it never seemed to get colder. So how could I possibly file that report? Looking back, it was her name. Her name was the problem. It's my fault for coming up with the name. I can't tell you how much I regret it. Instead of giving her strength, that name marched her forward, all alone like the rhino's horn straight past us, like a gust of wind. She slipped through our fingers, attached to nothing in the world at all. So is that the English teacher? No, this is the dad. Right? But I can't move you. Huh, okay. So that is you. So where did that go that I just put over here? This is the English teacher. That is the English teacher. I don't know how all that fits though. We're slowly piecing it together though, although I don't think I'm any less confused. There's definitely two Sayer ones. Maybe. Anyway, it's time for another break. I will see you in a couple of minutes. Get fished! What's happened to Mayor Saxabar?
Sighing deeply, Chief Gretzky clarifies, Mayor Saxabar. There's no such thing in vaudeville. You must be confused, Detective.
I'm very
Saxabar
confused.
Is just a circus man, nothing more.
You told me I had to investigate the murder of Mayor Saxabar. That's what but that's what these games tend to be, I think. Oh!
So yeah, it has like a certain age limit on it, and it depends on if you're running or not. So it's usually say. Ah!
Are you okay? Yeah. Yeah, we're fine. Yeah, we're fine.
Guys? Hi, FM.
I like that you're eating the shark dinner. I'm just eating like rotten old meat that we had. I mean, it's not rotten, it's just grilled steak
It's
from
not
old. It's good.
rotten. Hey!
It's good. It's alright.
I
It's no shark dinner.
slaved over that.
Yeah, and I appreciate the slavery, but, you know.
I appreciate the slavery.
I appreciate the slavery.
Am I supposed to... Haha! Yay, I got an achievement for it.
If you know.
I know
Wait, there's a
nothing
jump here.
about
Don't move.
Jared. Whoops!
Don't!
It's a tiny jump!
Yeah, but like I didn't even see it, and you were already off the edge. I was like,
Yeah,
okay,
because
ready?
I was jumping, but I couldn't because someone was chained to me.
I got scared. All right.
We don't
looking
have
up the ladder, there's definitely
time for
blocks that
fear,
stab us.
Daniel.
I mean, it's true. We already are in hell. Like, where can we go that's worse?
Look at my hole!
Dare without some.
Why are we not eating the nachos?
In the closet. Even mine.
That's okay, Ishmael. Guys, I've had a thought. Where's my ears? I haven't got my ears in. But I've had a thought. So, my thought is, this woman is this man's ex. She is the one that's pretending that Seowan is alive when Seowan hasn't existed for however long. Seowan died as a baby. This dude has been like being done for child support by her. Maybe? So she's the one who's like she's working out that I don't know if she actually believes that Seowan's real or not. I don't know. Something around that. And then this guy's kid, this Seowan, was kidnapped because of the child support or something. I don't know. The thought isn't fully formed. But, yeah. Come on then. Hi, bud. You coming up? Hello. Hi, mister. How are you? You come to help us solve the mystery? With your one brain cell? No, that's not fair, is it? You've got two brain cells, and I know because sometimes you shake your head really hard and they collide together and you have a vaguely sensible thought. Doesn't happen often, but sometimes. Alright, I might need both hands though, Puss. Oh, I guess I don't. The correct date for what? The day Seowan died. Okay, so she lived was it 107 days? 108 days. And she was born, it said somewhere over here. No, not that Seowan. This Seowan. So, wait, hang on. I need a calculatrice. Our days. A day is 03, 04, 204, and we want to add on 107 or 8. See, the 19th or the 20th of July. What was it? So July. Aha. Time. Why would you turn yourself in? Mr. Kim Gang-seok, even the victim's family hasn't reported you. This isn't just about taking the fall for Mrs. Song Min-young, is it? I heard she'd reported Seo-won missing. When Min-young's mother told me, I was worried for Min-young, but at the same time I was a little glad. After we got divorced, she was in therapy for a long time. We should have gotten help back when she was alive, when she began to think Seo-won was alive but missing. No, as soon as Seo-won passed away. Min-young was finally discharged from the hospital on Seo-won's birthday. We went to visit her grave together, and as she ran her hand over the grave, her eyes were empty. There was no hope. Min-young is still chained to that day, circling round and round that moment forever. I started to think that she'd given up completely. She was utterly spent. There was no drive left in her eyes. I began to doubt she would ever recover. I think that's why I was relieved to hear that she set out to find Seo-won. Because now she at least had something to live for, something that would sustain her and keep her alive. Maybe she knew too, deep down. Maybe that's why she reported Seo-won missing. Maybe she thought Seo-won was better missing and alive than dead. That the missing persons report would anchor her to this world, just like I hoped with her birth certificate. She was grasping for a lifeline, just like me. I know this sounds ridiculous, but this is the whole reason I'm here, Detective. I want to make a request. Could you please mark this missing persons case as unsolved, please? Please let Seo-won live. Let her live forever somewhere far, far away. I was right. So, all the stuff about, yeah, let her live. So is that the Grand saying that? Yes, it is. Are we done with the Grand then? Maybe? No, we've still got things here. Which we can do, but that's gotta be the mum, I think. This is this dude. Yep. Okay. No, maybe. So yes, this was when we were investigating. I don't know about who would have said this one. Skulking around the playground. Then there's this about the father. Nice. Yeah, I'm confused about this one. Alright, K-Wolf, thanks for stopping by. I don't know who would have said this. Maybe the Gran? Maybe not. I don't know. No, the Gran wasn't upset because the Gran knew. Yes, the Sayon is having to lie because obviously Mayongo is having to lie because obviously Sayon isn't there. Right, let's unlock this one. The day Sayone's mother was discharged. That was Sayone's birthday, but a year later, wasn't it? 0403. You mean Sayon was taken because she was mistaken for Mrs. Song Minyoung's late daughter? I asked Minyoung what happened. She said she heard someone call Sayon's name and finally found her. after going from one playground to the next. It was a boy, probably the girl's brother. He was telling her to wait. Wait, right here, Sayon. She didn't tell me anything else, but I can guess what happened. Minyoung must have gone and brought her back, like a mother picking up a child who'd gone out to play. The girl was sweet too, calling my daughter auntie. I'm sorry, Detective, I really am. I should have called right away, but then I couldn't bear to do it, not until you paid that visit. After you dropped by, I was terrified. My hands were shaking and I found myself dialing a number, calling Sayowan's father. I told him that Minyoung seemed to have brought a stranger's child, and pleaded with him to get the girl back to her parents. I would cause a diversion, I said, so he could get the girl away from Minyoung. I know she may not be well, but I didn't want my daughter to end up a kidnapper. I was being shameless, I know. I knew exactly what I was doing, Detective, but until Sayowan's father turned himself in, even though he's done nothing wrong, I thought we could act as if nothing had happened, sweep it all under the rug, knowing full well that Sayowan's father is just as precious a child to his parents as Minyoung is to me. So... yeah, okay, so Choi Min... that's his kid. Definitely. And actual... oh, I'm getting confused, because her name's Choi. But his name's Kim. But your name's Song. I don't know how Korean surnames work. It's not your fault, Myongo. Nobody in your family is responsible for this. But I told Auntie not to come to the playground. I told her to stay away. I said I could take Sayowan without her. It is my fault. I'm the one who made Auntie go away. It's just, if we're all at the playground together, we'd look like a family. And Mum would see Sayowan call Auntie Mum. I know Mum's not really watching us from heaven. I know she was lying. But I didn't want her to be sad. It's not Auntie's fault. I'm the one who told her not to come with us. Okay, so Auntie is the caregiver. Wherever she be. This one. This is Auntie. Okay, so this is actual Sayowan that he's talking about. Okay. This is actual Sayowan that he's talking about here. This is actual Sayowan. Nope. Um... Okay, so maybe this is dead Seowang's mum saying that. Yes, it is. Okay. Because dead Seowang's mum has been scouring playgrounds looking for her. Okay. Now we can unlock this. How Seowon's grandmother instructed for the kidnapping. Yeah, she said she'd cause a diversion. What have we got? Playground. When did Song Min Young set out to find Seowon? Must have been when she got a notice saying Seowon was due to start elementary school. It pushed her completely over the edge. We got the notice from City Hall last December. I checked most of Min Young's mail before she does, Detective. We have no idea what might set her off. But this notice about Seowon starting school, my heart nearly stopped. I had no idea that they'd never reported her death. There it was on the document, Seowon's name printed clear. I could only imagine how it would make Min Young feel. No, I'm sorry, Detective. I'm not the victim here. I don't deserve to wallow in pity like this. I can only apologise. At the time I balked, I was frozen and Min Young saw me and read the notice. She looked so happy, she smiled so brightly. I hadn't seen her so delighted in, well, it must have been years. The pre-entrance day was at the end of December and Min Young insisted we had to go out and get Seowon's uniform fitted. She was fussing about getting all her shots and picking up school supplies and wondering why Seowon was taking so long to come home. That's when it started, I think. She went around all the local playgrounds looking for Seowon. You right, bud? Oh. Okay. About the kindergarten teacher's testimony. I'm so grateful to her. I had no idea she was keeping such a close eye on Seowon. There's something Seowon always says to me. Mummy's the saddest person in the world. She never says that when her father is around, of course, but I think I understand what she means now. Seowon genuinely thinks that way. She couldn't handle it otherwise. That's why she refuses to cry, because then that makes her the saddest person instead of her mum. She couldn't handle it if she were the saddest person in the world, getting pity from everyone. That's probably how she sees it all. She's still so young. Children who are forced to grow up fast end up with better control of their emotions, and that breaks my heart. So that's not the dad saying that. That must be the nanny? Right, so I guess we just need to put them all in order now. Okay, so you're all in order. I don't know how I tell what's... Ah, I can see the gaps on here. No. So we're missing stuff here. So I guess the yelling about the... Where is it? This one. I'm struggling to see, it's like dark on dark. Okay. Got any gaps here? The sun's coming through the window behind the screen as well. It's making it really hard to see. Can I make it brighter? No, I cannot. So, this is the dad who has the son. So everything about the actual missing kid has to be this guy, I guess. Or no, that could be the caregiver. Maybe? Yes. Okay. Okay, but we've still got... How does Myungo feel? This is the dad talking about he carries something around with him, never leaves home without it. That's what I've been missing here. About the umbrella. There we go. Right, we're getting there. So, is there anything in Song's Minyong's story that doesn't fit? I don't think there is. I don't know if there's anything in Gangseok's story that doesn't fit. Ah, there's a gap here. I guess that's got to come first, where he's talking about turning himself in. But there's a gap there. Okay, nice. It'd be nice on here if there was like a way of highlighting what wasn't like in the right place yet. Because I'm just looking for the little arrows next to the thing and they're so hard to see. Or looking for little breaks in the... It's so hard to see. Is there a break there? Yes, there is. Oh, it's got times on it. 21:58. Okay. So that is after that, but there's something else in there. Yeah, 2220, 2243, 2310. So we're still missing something. I can't see. It looks like the only break to me. It says 53 out of 54. Does that mean I am missing something? But what am I missing? Just looking for anything that I haven't clicked. This has still got arrows, so this is missing something as well. I think. Yeah, because this doesn't have a down arrow. It's in the right place. I guess this is why he was confused about this, because she's not his mum. Wait, we still got arrows here? No. Something about Seowon's name. No! Found it. You're not being contrite, you're lying to me. Who was around when Seowon was taken? What was she wearing and which direction did you take her? You couldn't answer any of these questions. Mr. Kim Gangsuk, the confession that you're the kidnapper, it could take away Ms. Song Myung's chance to repent and seek forgiveness for herself. We can't wait for her to recover before setting things right. You know she'll be wrecked by guilt. Could you live with that on your shoulders? Your ex-mother-in-law is in the next room. She's told us everything. Consider how she might feel, having just reported her own daughter to protect you. You've been financially supporting your ex-wife's therapy all these years under the pretext of child support. This won't be much different. Just take a step back and support her from afar. She has a long battle ahead of her being treated in custody. I mean, she doesn't need, like, prison. She needs a secure mental facility. Detective? Where did it all go wrong? Did I mess up from the beginning? Seowon's name. I never should have given her that name. Now do you understand why Kim Seowon is still missing to this day? Yes, I do. Yes, I do. Great work, Mum. Now you remember everything. Do you understand why Seowon's case was never solved after all this time? Thank you for telling me that she came home safely. That I didn't doom a little girl to her death. Thank you, truly. I remember how surprised I was when I first saw this case. Everyone involved was lying for one reason or another. Whether it was to protect a loved one, or to keep a promise to someone important. What about you, Your Honor? Are you keeping a secret for someone just like them? Actually, yes. For your sake. Ooh. A secret I've been keeping for your sake. It's been 12 years now. 12 years since the case. And since I retired from the missing persons team. 12 long years. What? It's me! I was busy for the first 5 years. A lawyer friend asked me to take on a paralegal job. It was hard work getting used to a new position at that age. But I suppose that would only be an excuse. The truth is, I thought I'd resolved things well enough. A decent end for everyone involved. Wait, what do you mean? I'd put the case out of my mind for so long. But you were still chained helplessly to that lie I told. Each painful day of your life stretched out into years. I'm so sorry I'm late, Ms. Song Min-young. I don't understand. Are you trying to deceive me? Your ex-husband couldn't make it today. But I'm Jian Gaiyong, because he's at a rally outside the Human Rights Commission. I'm the one who retired from the force. I'm the one who was racked with guilt. You lived out your sentence years ago. The one who tried to die. Miss Song Min-young. Miss Song Min-young. Each time we revisited these memories, you became someone else. Times you became Seo-won, searching for her mother. Today you became a detective, despairing at her failure to find the little girl. I'm Son Min-young? We've been having this conversation again and again for months now. Just like you said, those conversations you remembered were real. The only difference is that I was the one who heard those exchanges, not you. The memories we unearthed today are a mix of your personal experiences and your memories of everything I told you. And you pieced together those fragments, determining who said what and where. But you haven't quite found out who was doing the listening. It's time to put the final puzzle piece in its place. Complete the mirror that will show you who you really are. Min-young, let's get you out of this place. Let me get you to a doctor, somewhere you can get proper treatment. I can help you. Miss Son Min-young. But if you're really me, if you're really Jaeon Gaiyong, why? Why go so far when you're not even on the force anymore? That's the same question I once asked Seo-won. Let me give you the same answer she gave me. Seo-won's case is still marked as open, and no case should remain unsolved. That was nice. I mean, not everything in it was nice. But it was nice that no actual children were hurt. I mean, a kid was disappeared for 3 days, but she's fine now. It was a really fun game as well. Really interesting game. Confusing. Every man for himself is a philosophy that seems to be increasingly prevalent in our world. We live in an age where the law of the jungle is seen as a given, fueling rage and hate across society. So I'd like to express my heartfelt support for those who resist, those who withstand the mockery and condescension digging in their heels for what's right. I made this game with faith that when we show kindness to others for no benefit of our own, we'd bring about a change in a world of stagnation and alter the course of people's lives. It's my hope that this game brings encouragement for the jellyfish of the world still drifting in a sea of loneliness. Thank you for making the game. And thank you guys for watching. It was really nice. I guess we're finding someone to raid then. Who's playing stuff? JD is playing Cube 2. Let's go there. Except for it's not working. There we go. I mean, I've got ads at the moment. So thank you all for watching. That was a lovely game, I thought. Like I say, confusing at parts, but really good fun and really different. That did remind me a bit of Type Help, which I haven't played on stream, but I've played off stream and was awesome. So long as it is not too insanely hot during the week, I haven't looked at the weather forecast for next week. But I will not be streaming if it's too hot. Otherwise, I will be streaming Thursday, Friday. And then back to solving more mysteries on Sunday. I don't know what I'll be playing yet. Stick suggestions in the Discord if you've got any. And yeah, I will see you then for more solving mysteries, I hope. Until then, bye bye.